Hello and welcome to your Southeast Idaho weather hazard and planning briefing for Monday, April 12th. My name's Alex from the National Weather Service in Pocatello. Again, apologize for the banner not working. It is indeed Monday, April 12th, not Tuesday, April 6th. So getting into the key points, we expect a low pressure system to develop this evening over eastern Washington and Oregon, and that low will slowly move off to the south and east, reaching northern Nevada and northern Utah by late Tuesday and lingering there through about Thursday. That's a favorable track for precipitation, particularly over the southern half of our area, and also a favorable track for wintry precipitation. And many of us, if not all of us, particularly over the southern half of the area, will see some snowfall Wednesday in particular and into Thursday as well. There's a little more uncertainty farther north across the central Idaho mountains. But nonetheless, a return to wintry weather is expected. Breezy conditions will accompany this approaching low-pressure system as well, beginning today out of the northeast this time, with strengthening northeasterly winds into Tuesday in particular. We're also watching the potential for some stronger easterly winds down around the Idaho portion of the Wasatch and also the Idaho portion of the Cache Valley on Tuesday as well, potentially lingering into Wednesday. And as we've been saying the last couple of days, there is still some small uncertainty in the track of this system, and even slight changes in the track of the low could have big changes to the forecast. So getting into the current satellite picture, not a lot to see. It'll be a very quiet day across the area today with the exception of the breezy northeast winds. The low will develop later today over eastern Washington and Oregon and track very slowly. It takes all the way to Thursday to reach essentially the Bear Lake area, even though it'll be moving into Nevada on Tuesday. So it'll take 2 days to track across northern Nevada and northern Utah, and that will give us at least 2 days of favorable chances for precipitation across our area. So your weather and impacts outlook, we do have the increasing northeast winds across the Snake Plain today. Stronger winds ramping up tonight, and particularly for Tuesday and into Tuesday night for the Snake Plain and eastern Magic Valley. And as I mentioned, the potential for that wind across the southeast highlands. Now, one change to the previous forecast is the precipitation arrival is a little bit later than we were briefing you yesterday. Not arriving now until most likely just before sunrise Wednesday morning. The precipitation will arrive first across the southern highlands as it moves in from Utah, and then that precipitation will spread north and west through Wednesday morning. As I mentioned, there is a chance it can reach all the way into the central Idaho mountains by late Wednesday morning or the afternoon, but it's also possible the precipitation doesn't make it into the central Idaho mountains, and that'll be subject to future forecast adjustments as we get closer. Some windy conditions will linger into Wednesday, particularly across the Snake Plain, eastern Magic Valley, and the Idaho portion of the Wasatch, Idaho portion of the Cache Valley, with the rain and snow showers lingering into Thursday. Now, as we get into the afternoon, both Wednesday afternoon and Thursday afternoon, we'll see our snow levels rise into roughly the 5,000 to 5,500 foot range Wednesday afternoon, and the 5,500 to 6,000 foot range Wednesday afternoon, in terms of elevation, that is. So a mixture with rain or a complete changeover to rain is expected beneath those elevations during those afternoon hours. But Wednesday night, Thursday morning, cold enough for snow even in the valleys once again. And the low begins to move off to the east on Friday, with a few lingering rain and snow showers in the southeast and eastern highlands associated with that low. So with our increasing winds, we do have a lake wind advisory in effect today from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. for the American Falls Reservoir due to the choppy conditions caused by the increasing northeast wind. And we have another lake wind advisory for the American Falls Reservoir in effect tomorrow during the daylight hours. And also, in addition to that, we have a wind advisory for the eastern Magic Valley, Arco Desert, and the INL from 9 a.m. Tuesday to 3 a.m. Wednesday. We may have to extend that through the day Wednesday depending on how later forecasts go. But there is some potential for that wind to last into Wednesday. And then notice off to our south, folks in northern Utah are bracing for a potential Wasatch Front wind event, and that could cause some impacts along I-15. And some of that stronger wind could extend into our area as well, Tuesday and Wednesday, particularly the Idaho portion of the Wasatch, and maybe the Cache Valley of Idaho as well. And we'll watch that as we get closer. Okay, so let's go into more detail with our winds. This is this morning. We can see northeast winds expected to increase. These are the gusts that we're showing you here, increasing into the 20 to 30 mile per hour range in the darker blue colors. Actually decreasing just a little bit this afternoon, but certainly breezy across the area. As we get into this evening, the pressure gradient will tighten up as the area of low pressure approaches, and we'll actually see the winds increase this evening, and particularly by tonight. And this is why we have the wind advisory for the INL, the Arco Desert, and the Eastern Magic Valley, as the northeasterly winds begin to increase in terms of gusts, that is over 35 to 40 miles per hour. And you can see the increasing easterly winds here across the Idaho portion of the Wasatch, with some of those stronger winds getting into the Bear Lake area as well tonight and into tomorrow. We see the wind gusts peaking Tuesday morning up to around 45 miles per hour in these red areas here, and into Tuesday afternoon as well. Another increase for us on Tuesday evening and overnight Tuesday night, where wind gusts may exceed 50 miles per hour from, generally in the craters of the moon area. And it's hard not to notice these potentially strong east winds here over portions of the southeast highlands, and we'll be monitoring for any potential wind headlines with that as well. As I mentioned, the winds do continue into Wednesday, particularly early in the day, and we may have to extend that wind advisory into Wednesday to account for that. Now, how much snow might we expect? Let's focus first on the graphic on the left. This is our current official forecast for snowfall with this system. So it goes from extends from late Tuesday night through, as you can see here, Thursday afternoon. And you can see generally less than an inch across the Snake Plain, some locally higher amounts, and generally 1 to 3 inches across our South Hills, southeast highlands here. Now, the graphic on your right shows us an alternate scenario, potential high-end scenario, and there is some potential for this to occur in some spots due to some narrower bands of heavier snow that could briefly develop Wednesday morning. So give you an idea of the high-end amount that is possible. But right now, the graphic on the left is our most likely scenario, and wanted to show you this alternate possibility here as well. And also wanted to point out there is much higher uncertainty in amounts across the central Idaho mountains in this area. Confidence is much higher from the Snake River Plain south and east. Temperatures today, they will be a few degrees below climatological normals, about 10 degrees or so. And Wednesday, we can shave a few degrees off. It may even be colder than this on Wednesday, but we don't expect anyone to reach 50 degrees on Wednesday or possibly even Thursday. But there is some good news on the horizon. If you'd like milder temperatures, those are expected to begin to build into our area over the weekend. And you can see that slight warm-up beginning on Thursday. Lows, as I mentioned a few slides ago, nighttime hours will be cold enough for all snow, as you can see here. Temperatures getting down to freezing or below for just about everyone for Wednesday and Thursday morning. So to summarize, an area of low pressure will approach us and very slowly move through northern Utah and Nevada Tuesday through Thursday. That'll bring a round of wintry precipitation and wind to the area. And as we mentioned, there is still some uncertainty in the track of the low, and that could have some big implications on the forecast. So that will conclude the briefing for today. We welcome any comments, questions, or feedback through these mediums that you see here on the bottom of banner of the screen. Otherwise, please join us again tomorrow. Thank you.